Hey guys, welcome to season 1, episode 8 of Bones. Here we go.
So I spent the night at Tom's.
Angela, I'm trying to piece together a skull.
You're doing a great job. Todd has a friend.
I thought you said he was creepy.
Todd, not a friend.
You're supposed to bump my fist with yours.
Why?
I'm told it's a widely acknowledged gesture of mutual success.
I love it when you two impersonate earthlings.
Okay, now this is weird. You said you know who he was when you opened it?
Okay, a guy who gets her to stop working? What's that have to say?
What is happening?
I hope you don't have any expectations.
Do you?
Stability?
I can handle that. It's like watching cars meet.
Michael. They were...
Very, very close.
Yes. Is that the same guy that she...
My forensic anthropology professor. Does that mean
No.
Oh god.
Seems like we should have dinner tonight. Catch up?
Rather than open it myself and risk being trashed by you for contaminating the evidence, I decided to bring the whole refrigerator to you.
What we need is a toaster oven.
Okay. He or she?
She. Yes. Come on, please.
She.
Yes! It's always a she.
if she was his student and I'm her student, then it follows.
Ain't gonna happen, Zacho.
Here's a sketch of the victim. Her skull was intact, so it made it easy to work with.
19.
I guess you don't need this. Being crammed into a refrigerator. I hope she was already dead when they shut the door.
Yeah, or that would
He's
have
hotter than you said.
been even more.
Our relationship is purely platonic. What we share is a love of science. Neither of us has the time or inclination for emotional complications.
Sounds very reasonable.
Yes.
Wow. I just assumed that the two of you would be eating off an autopsy table.
Not tonight.
I was being it. Tomorrow's fine.
It's the reservation.
Oh.
No time has passed.
Well, time is an imposed construct.
It's nice to know we can rely on physics.
But she fought. That's how she got those stress fractures, because she was bound and struggling.
She's never leave.
You worried about her?
I'm happy for her.
Hey, you can take the day off. You deserve one day. Well, Michael wanted to look at our equipment.
Oh
I'm
god.
gonna let that one go.
She was 23, an adult. That's what Clinton said.
You're in a lot of students?
No offense, but I'm not interested.
No, but I meant me and her.
Oh, bird.
What have you found?
Oh
She
god.
has reveal low bone density. There's a medical condition called hyperparathyroidism.
Symptoms include muscle weakness, brittle bones. Yeah, I know.
You may be premature with your struggle theory,
I doubt that.
or
However,
been an unrelated cause of non-traumatic
not
vision.
traumatic.
Oh
Look at
boy.
these.
Where'd you go to dinner last night?
We wound up staying in. We need to know if that amount was accrued over time.
I made frittata.
Oh, wow. He cooks too. Can we share him?
We also need to know if ibuprofen was administered intravenously or orally.
Wow.
What? Is it so odd for everyone to see me with a man?
Yes.
We had nannies to raise her because we were so busy, and we sent her to shrinks when she had problems instead of talking to her.
You
Jesus.
can't blame yourself.
But environment plays a huge role in development.
How do you know she danced and swam?
Some things can't be erased from the body.
I'm sorry, but I need to ask you about your daughter's drug problems. Alcohol, ecstasy, marijuana. What about the narcotic hydromorphone? Hospital heroin?
Doesn't sound familiar. We have to do this for her.
Maggie's condition didn't respond to medication. I was trying to get her to agree to surgery when she disappeared.
What types of medication are we talking about?
Do I know that actress?
Furosemide, pamidronate. She's going to be what you call a disgruntled employee.
Oh.
Because he's a horn dog.
Oh! I know her!
You know what I mean?
Dr. Berrigan said that you were closer to Maggie Schilling than...
Supernatural!
You meet her parents?
Yes.
Rose, vodka, weed.
Guilty.
Yeah.
That looks guilty.
Talk about your new refrigerator.
Why?
Mainly, I'd like to know what happened to your old one.
Oh. Oh, that's guilty. That is so guilty.
Well, the fridge we found Maggie in is a match with the marks on the Costello.
Oh my
No,
god.
sadomasochistic fetishists.
Nah, I don't know that actress, never mind. She looked like someone from another show. I don't know the actress's name.
Sex is good. You don't need me out.
Oh, that's for sure.
I'm sorry.
I was agreeing.
Yeah, well, don't, okay? It kind of freaks me out.
I was just saying that I myself feel no inclination toward either pain or dominance when it comes to sex.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because you can be very bossy.
Oh.
Look at him, huh?
These could explain the stress fractures. Her bones were brittle from the disease. Struggling would cause the cracks we saw.
Female, dominant, strapped for cash, meets wealthy teenager on the outs with the parents, convinces her submissive husband to hold her for ransom.
Any proof? Or is this story time?
You feed her pills to keep her quiet, and negotiations, they drag on, so she dies of an overdose before an exchange can be made. You seal her up in a refrigerator, dump her in a ravine, and you and your honey go back to playing tie-me up in the basement.
Maggie Schilling was legally an adult, but Maggie was a willing participant.
And enthusiastic.
You have no evidence my clients killed her.
Why you come at me? Are you threatened or do I turn you on?
Totally guilty.
It's not a competition.
No, the Olympics are a competition. Ours is a struggle to the death.
Want to bet dinner?
Yes. If we make it to a restaurant.
That's on. You got 10 minutes.
What you see is what you get. It's a rare quality. How's this between us?
Michael? Her legs were bound.
Mirror erosion patterns from the bones rubbing together over time.
If this were the result of sex games, the legs, they wouldn't be bound together. Oh, come on, you know? Looking for a little nookie? Last thing you tie together are the legs.
I'm not convinced.
I'm lying in one position for a long time.
The only reasonable explanation is long-term bondage.
Decreased bone density could have caused inflammation. This isn't definitive. Here, there's a nice little French place near here I'd like to try.
I still have 5 minutes.
You're winning, right?
Can I see your findings?
Get wrecked. Get
This
wrecked.
appears to be indisputable. French restaurant?
More in the mood for Italian. I need to put together the evidence packet for Booth.
Do you really think he can handle your success?
Because of today? No, we've always been competitive.
Honey, when you stuck it to him today, he was upset.
It was a healthy debate between scientists. You don't know Michael.
I know men.
Colleagues, that's all.
Colleagues with benefits.
I don't know what that means, but Michael and I are not involved. What we have isn't traditional.
Don't talk to me about traditional. Okay, I've dated circus people.
He met with the Costello's lawyer. Michael is their expert witness. It's his job to tear apart the case that you've built.
Oh my god. That's why. Oh my god.
But if you feel I've overstepped some boundary here, I'll back out of the case.
No. But if you stay on, you have to move back to the hotel.
You still run it?
Yep. And it is fascinating.
You keep an eye on him.
That's not going to be a problem.
They're so
This gives
awkward.
Hodgins a sign of encouragement.
Agent Booth, you're accessing your inner squint.
Tempe, you listed an avulsion fracture on the right femur. Thank you.
Bones, you okay?
Why wouldn't I be?
Oh, because the nutty professor's grading your paper. Anyway, huh? He's always happy with a B.
I never got a B, and I never will.
Girl. Assistant U.S. Attorney Andrew Levitt, jury consultant Joy Deaver, Dr. Tempest Brennan.
I've seen you testify before, Dr. Brennan. You come off cold and aloof. I want to make sure...
Cold and aloof?
Try not interrupting. It makes you sound arrogant.
This really is not the best approach.
I'm a
Good
technical
God.
witness. I've testified in over 30 trials.
But most of the experts you come up against are as dry and boring as you are. Now, I don't know if you've seen their expert.
She's seen it, Miss Daver.
Well, then you understand my concern. Professor Stiers is open, charming, great looking. Jerry's gonna love him. I love him.
This isn't a personality contest. It's about data that we present to the jury.
You're kidding, right? The women on the jury aren't going to be listening to a word that comes out of his mouth. They're going to be undressing him. I don't want the men on the jury to be putting more clothes on you.
Okay, that's great. We'll take that under consideration. Thanks.
Why didn't she say anything about you? You can be very irritating sometimes.
Bones, she's an expert, just like you. She has an obvious personality disorder, but she wants to help.
They're both there at the same time?
They bound her for weeks, the pain growing. And to keep her quiet, they pumped her full of drugs.
Her death was the result of a self-administered overdose.
After killing their captive and ruining their chances of collecting a ransom, the Costellos stuffed Miss Schilling's body into the refrigerator.
Knowing they could be accused of kidnapping and murder, my clients panicked and disposed of her body. While their behavior might be ill-advised, they are neither kidnappers nor murderers. The pharmaceutical samples of hydromorphone...
But they did hide the body.
The receipt for the new refrigerator was dated 2 days after the negotiations broke off with the kidnappers. You figure it out. I know. I'm sorry.
Any evidence Maggie Schilling wasn't a willing participant in sexual activity involving those cuffs and other paraphernalia?
But the most interesting find was not a bug at all, but was common bread mold. Maggie Schilling was in that refrigerator between 10 and 12
We already
months.
had medical records and dental records from which to identify Maggie Schilling. I was also asked to do a sketch based on the architecture of her skull.
Her liver was 8.4 and 6.6, and her kidney death occurs at 7.7 and 5.2.
So to rephrase,
And the placement of wrist restraints coupled with her hyperparathyroidism would account for the stress fractures
Oh,
the distal anterior
God.
of both the radii and ulni.
her bones broke because she was struggling to free herself.
Yeah, I believe I just said that.
She can't connect. The killers are gonna walk.
I wore blue. I looked at the jury.
You know, for a people person, you're a little rude.
Well, at what point did the facts stop working for you?
I have no problem with the facts as long as the jury can understand them.
You're underestimating their intelligence.
You're overestimating their ability to stay awake. When these S&M perverts walk on this, it'll be on your head.
Can you believe that?
You gotta dumb it down.
What, you agree with her?
Do you see how I portrayed myself as a no-nonsense tough guy cop?
You are a no-nonsense tough guy cop.
Exactly, and I think that it wouldn't hurt if the jury saw who you really are.
Well, I don't know who you think that is, Booth, because this is who I really am. Just this. They don't understand what a scientist is.
Today we're not allowed to talk about the case.
I know, I'm just saying.
God.
Freak if he ceases talking.
Sure.
Drug users are trying to bury emotional pain, which means that they'll medicate until they feel nothing. This is why they have a tendency to overdose. With respect to my former student, Dr. Brennan, with findings like these, I don't know why she became a forensic anthropologist. She seems to have ignored all but her preconceived notions about the case.
Objection.
Sustained.
I apologize.
Do you disagree with Dr. Brennan's data?
Well, sometimes doctors can use data to confuse a very simple situation. I mean, I'm a doctor and I could hardly follow her. This case is about people, not incomprehensible technical jargon.
Whoa.
You need to learn the difference between reality and perception. A trial is all about perception.
Wow. You're the reason civilization is declining.
Talk to her.
I kind of agree with her. I really don't agree with you, I don't like her.
Put me back on the stand after you butt everything that Michael said.
You can do this. Just let me talk to her.
God, that was not good. That did not go well.
Trial going badly? Compared to you, yes, they are stupid. However,
Compared to you, most of the world is a little stupid. You are the more rational, reasoned, empirical scientist, and you care. And if he tries to convince you otherwise, tell him to go to hell.
I turned to you and I asked, what do we do?
That was a different place and a radically different context.
You said we tell the truth. We do not flinch.
Oh.
You flinched, Michael.
Oh! Flincher! Flincher!
Can't ask her that.
The inflammation on the ilium.
Girl. Why do you not get it?
Dr. Brennan, why'd you become a forensic anthropologist?
I don't see how this pertains to the case.
Dr. Brennan is cold, distant, and alienating, Your Honor.
Hey!
I need the jury to understand why she's so cold.
Overruled. You may continue, Mr. Levitt.
Dr. Brennan, your parents disappeared when you were 15, and no one's ever found out what happened to them, isn't that correct?
Please answer the question, Dr. Brennan.
That's correct. How I feel doesn't matter. My job doesn't depend on
But
it.
it's informed by it. Or are you as cold and unfeeling as you seem?
Maggie Schilling is real to me. The pain she suffered was real. Her hip was being eaten away by infection from lying on her side. The bones in her ankles were ground together because her feet were tied. And her side, her hip, and her shoulder were being eaten away by infection. And the more she struggled, the more pain she was in. So they gave her those drugs to keep her quiet. They gave her so much it killed her. These facts can't be ignored or dismissed because you think I'm boring or obnoxious, because I don't matter. What I feel doesn't matter. Only she matters. Only Maggie.
That was good.
Tempe, I'm sorry.
Stop calling her.
What can I do?
Go away. I don't like you.
Guilty on all counts.
Yeah.
You wanna go out? Grab a drink?
I think I just want to work.
Okay.
I'm not feeling very forgiving.
Yeah, I know, but we have a case.
She's like, damn it.
And I'm sorry.
You had something to accomplish. You found a logical way of getting what you needed. Probably would have done the same thing.
Partners. Holy wow. The body is all the way up there. That's wild. That was good. That was real good. Yeah, that was good. That was a slightly different episode with the whole court, like how court works and all that, having to go to court and testify and all that. And she needs to dumb down things. That's just something that is a better thing to do when you're in court, or if you're, speaking politicians, dumb things down. people don't want to listen to these words that are like so in depth and, and so scientific, or so massive words. Dumb things down. Literally, just it's better for people to understand. It's better for people to follow along. She'll hopefully get better at it. Anyways, if you would like to get these videos early, you can do so down in the description, simplereactions.com or patreon.com/simplereactions. You can get these videos up to 20 weeks before they air over on YouTube. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you have not already. I will see y'all next time.